face.
Hello and welcome to another FIFA 17 video, where today we will be doing another best versus worst kind of thing, because you guys have really seemed to like those. I mean, tallest versus shortest player got 252 views. It's insane. And then shortest goalkeeper versus tallest player, I mean, it was quite a hated video with 2 likes and 3 dislikes, but it still got 117 views. And that's just as of now. So, today we are going to do youngest player versus oldest player. Right now, I am controlling Michael van Bergen. He is a Dutch person, because, he just is, who is 17 years of age. Do you know how young that is? It's younger than a lot of people. So he's 17, not even a legal adult yet. Probably still lives with his parents. Well, not necessarily. But yeah, he is 17. And the goalie I'm going to shoot at right now is Barry Richardson, who is 47 years old. And he's 45 rated too. Because, with age, sometimes you get better. But with age, this guy has gotten worse. Especially because he's almost 50 years old. Anyways, if you count up the ages and all that stuff, Barry Richardson is about 30 years older than Van Bergen. 30. When he was born, when this Bergen dude was born, Barry Richardson was in the prime of his career at 30 years old. And he's still playing. That just doesn't make sense. But, likewise, I am not even going to keep doing this because it's kind of boring. But what I am going to do is do a match. The youngest players in the world, in FIFA, versus the oldest player in FIFA. Anyways, I'll see you at the match. First off, in our oldies team is Ellison, who, my friends, is 37 years of age and still playing. Good job, Ellison. Anyways, next up is Morita, a Japanese striker, who is 40 years of age and still playing striker, which, may I remind you, is one of the hardest roles in the game. Anyways, next is the oldest player that's not a goalkeeper in the game. He's playing right mid, or in this case right wing, and he is 43 years old. I mean, that's just too old. You should be retired by now, man. Anyways, next up is Morantes. He's 41 years old, pretty old, but he's a cam. He should still retire though. Next up is Sinha, who looks pretty good considering he's 40 years of age and 5'5", which isn't exactly the ideal height for a midfielder. And then there's Simmons. Simmons is 39 years old, 6'1", but 176 pounds, which is kind of light. Anyways, Abdul Ghani is 39 years old. Your typical old person left back. Then Anderson, 37 years old. I think one of the youngest players on the team. Even though he's 37, he is pretty good with a 4-star weak foot. Then Chuchia, sorry if I mispronounced that, is 42 years old, still playing center back, going to the ground all the time. And Whaler, the only reason I'm saying Whaler is I can't honestly pronounce that. But anyway, Whaler is 40 years old, still playing center back, proud of him. And Barry Richardson, who is 47 years old. I wonder when he's going to retire. And then our bench is just the normal Newell's old boys. I transferred all the players to this team because, the Newell's old boys. And then the other team is Wexford Youth. Get it? Yeah, I'm so funny. Anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play half time with one of the teams and then half time with another of the teams. But in the meantime, let me show you the team for the Newell's old boys. Oh, well, no, sorry, the Wexford Youths. Anyways, if you look at Mbappe Lottin, he's 71 rated and 17 years old. That is honestly an amazing accomplishment. Good job, Lottin. Then there's Mulvegard, who is 17 also. I just want to say, every single person in the squad is 17 years old. None of them can even drink alcohol. Anyways, he's 17. Michael Van Bergen is actually 16. Sorry. So he's 31 years younger than Barry Richardson. So he's 16, you know, probably just learning to drive or whatever country he's from. And then age 17, Omer, 66, a very good card for that age. And then the Havertz, 17, 57 cam. Yep. Heymans, also 17, the Ceramid. Timon is our left back, 17 years of age. Olewski is our other wing back, who is 17 years of age. Kalambi is probably the lowest rated player here, but he's still 17. And De Legit, as I like to say. It's probably really Delight, but I like to call him De Legit. He is the second youngest player on the team. At 16 years old, he is 6'2", which is crazy. And he has 4-star weak foot. And finally, the highest rated player on this team, Gianluigi Donnarumma, 17, 6'5", almost 200 pounds. Pretty good. Anyways, let us get on to the game, where I'm going to be playing with the Newell's Old Boys first, because, you gotta respect your elders. Alright, welcome back to halftime, and the score is 2-1 to the Newell's Old Boys. And I was playing as the Newell's Old Boys, so I'm going to be playing as Wexford Youth for the next half. But so in the 4th minute, Tushia gets booked for, going to ground, how I was saying he was so strong, and since he's 40 years old, no. He can't. Anyways, the next thing was a goal by Gareth Ainsworth, passed to the edge of the box and just kicked, tapped in. And then Kai Havertz equalized. It was a really easy goal for, a really young player against Barry Richardson. And Barry Richardson is just really bad, so I think that's why he scored. And then Kevin Morantes, Nether Morantes equalized, or not equalized, took the lead again with a good goal. Anyways, yeah, I will be getting back to the game now. I will see you at the end. Hello, and welcome back to another the same FIFA 17 video you've been watching this whole time. But this time, the Wexford Youths have actually won 3-2. Ooh, crunching tackle by Chang Chang. We have won 3-2. You may think, oh, FIFA time, the craziest person ever. But I am actually not. Because the thing is, Fernatoli was substituted by the computer. And the computer doesn't know what I'm doing. So when Fernatoli scored a goal, it's like, oh no, we don't want you anymore, Fernatoli. Because, he's not an oldie. I mean, I guess we could see if he was, but he's not. So, I scored 3 goals with my youngies, and they scored 2 goals with their oldies. Well, I guess I did, but, okay, let's watch the highlights. Match recap. So, technically it was 2-3. It's just easier to do the highlights. So, first of all, Ting Chua got a yellow card. That was a horrible foul. Should have gotten sent off. But then Gareth Ainsworth scored a goal. Nether Morantes just passed it to the back and goal. Anyways, then Michel Van Bergen, the 16-year-old, was like, I can do this. I'm gonna score. But then he missed by more like a foot. But I mean, you know what I mean. Then it was Kai Havertz's goal. Time to shine. He just kicked it in, I think it honestly did meg Barry Richardson. Yep, it megged Barry Richardson. That was kind of shameful. Anyway, Nether Morantes comes back again. He has the ball in the middle, and what a goal! A bit bad from Donnarumma, but that's okay. Then Hector Fernatoli came on, but this goal didn't count because he isn't an oldie, even though it's like one of the most amazing goals I've ever seen. He was not an oldie, so that goal does not count. Anyways, then it was, who was it? Oh, it was Lawton's time to shine with a great back volley, and then that won them the game. But then that didn't stop Bergen from missing another chance. I mean, like, it was kind of hard, but that was a kind of bad miss. And then Gareth Ainsworth missed. It was a ball from Ellison. Gareth Ainsworth! Oh, that was a big let-off. Very big let-off, very big let-off. And then, Marcus Malmberg won it for the Wexford Youths. Because, like, it was honestly an own goal by Barry Richardson. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Look at the player ratings. So, the man of the match went to Nether Morantes with a 9.1. But Marcus Molvgaard still got a good rating. And so did... And Morita got a good rating. Anyways, thank you for watching this awesome oldest versus youngest player video. And please like and subscribe if you're new. Bye.